What's poppin'? It's your boy Rio, and this is my wife Cara, and we are back with another episode of Marriage Madness. And in today, from the title, you guys can see we're pregnant. This is baby number 5.
Full transparency moment. If you watched our last vlog, you will see the reason we got here is because somebody wants to have sex all the time, no days off, and then wonder how we get in this position. But I mean, it's not like precautions were taken to begin with, so
precautions were taken, but you know,
what precautions were taken
sometimes. But precautions were definitely taken for sure.
Ask him what precautions are, because I'm not on birth control and your thing swim, so
you gotta pull it out, so it's a pull out game.
And where did that get you?
I mean, sometimes you know it's like hey, you don't wanna pull that thing out, son. So
we end up here. But I feel like this is a good topic. We're going to be very transparent in this matter, in this situation, whatever you want to call it, to talk about how we felt when we first found out versus how we feel now. The title is not clickbait. Like, we really did go through a point of, like, I won't say button heads, but like just a disagreement or difference of feelings.
Just went through a phase where it got quiet around here. It got quiet in the house. It's one of them situations where it's like, oh shit, flat out.
So where do we start? Basically, we got pregnant around our anniversary time, probably on our anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. Right. And I didn't know, like, usually, like, I know when I'm pregnant. Like, I could tell my husband I'm pregnant before I miss my period. Like, it's been like that every time. And this time, like, I didn't feel like nothing. Like, I just woke up. I was on the couch and I jumped up and I was like, I feel a little nauseous, but I haven't ate all day. And he was like, nauseous? Now, my period wasn't due for another couple of days, so I wasn't worried about it. I was like, it's because I didn't eat. He like, nah, you need to go get a test.
The fact, I know.
I'm like, I don't need a test. My period comes in a couple days. He's like,
the past couple kids, I knew. It was like, yo, anytime she said that to me, I'm like, nah, go get a test, man. I know.
So I had to go to the mall for something, and I went to the mall and I stopped at the Dollar Tree on the way home. Like, let me just grab this test so I can show this man it ain't nothing. Because I really wasn't, like, I usually can tell you when I'm pregnant before I miss my period. Like, that's usual for me, not this time. So I come home. I didn't tell him I bought the test or anything. I went upstairs. I had to go to the bathroom anyway. And I went to take the test. And I went to sit it on the windowsill. And before I could even squat and sit down, like, it was 2 lines. Like, it was literally not even 10 seconds. So when I looked, I was like, oh shit. Like, right. What the hell? I had bought 3. So I'm like, this is crazy. So from down upstairs in our bathroom, I FaceTimed him. And he came, and I was like, come upstairs. And he was like, oh shit. And then he came upstairs. So when he came upstairs, I showed him the pregnancy test. And like, I think that's where it got weird, because I will say one thing. You have to know, like, even in times of disagreements or whatever, you have to know your mate's intentions. I know my husband is not, like, he don't have bad intentions, and like, he never say nothing like malicious or anything like that. But as I'm sitting there, I didn't even get a chance to process. Like, I knew I was pregnant, but I didn't get a chance to process anything. And he looked at it, and the first thing he said was, what is we doing?
What we doing?
I'm like, first of all, I'm still sitting on this damn toilet, and you asking me, what is we doing? So I caught an entire attitude, like, how you asking me what is we doing? And I'm sitting here on this toilet. I didn't even get up, like, to process anything. So he felt my attitude, and he kind of got quiet and went downstairs. And that's how it started. But I'll probably say I probably jumped the gun too, because like our previous pregnancies, like my son was playing and my 2 daughters weren't. But it was never a question of, you know, what we gonna do, but it was always a scenario where my husband get in this space when I first get pregnant to where he just get quiet. And though it's probably like his way of processing things, it more so create tension, and it kind of get this vibe like I did something wrong, even though I know that's not what it is. But I can't help that I feel the way I feel.
Does it create tension, or
it does? You don't talk to me, I don't talk to you.
Tension is just, I think it's just the processing. It's like, this is for any guy. Like, if a chick hit a guy with a pregnancy test and be like, yo, I'm pregnant, it's gonna take him some time to just process, like, word? Like,
that, I don't think that's true. Now, I will say,
it depends on if you trying to have a baby, if you want a baby, or
not even that. Like, when I was pregnant with Damari, I took the test at like 5 a.m. and I remember coming to bring you the test, and you looked at it and you was like, let me go to sleep and think about this, and we'll talk about it when I get up. I'm like,
yeah,
what the hell?
I was asleep. I was asleep though.
What is let me go to sleep and think about this? But that's why I say you gotta know your mate's intention. I know, like, when he say stuff, sometimes it sound weird, but I know my husband's intentions. However, it don't stop me from initially feeling a feeling on impulse.
Of course.
Before thinking about, like, okay, I know my husband, I know what he means, or whatever the case may be. But we've had plenty of conversations in a vlog. He didn't want any more kids. I flipped back and forth. Honestly, before I found out I was pregnant, if I was in that moment, I would have said I didn't want no more kids. Because, like, when it happened, I was like, oh my God. Like, Summer is 2. She is a savage.
Right.
A savage. And I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do with another baby? Like, what the heck? That's 4 in the house, 5 holidays and summertime and stuff like that. Like, we got a full house. That's
multiple birthdays.
So I will say, like, this time versus the other time, I was more, and you probably think like you probably should be, like, y'all got 5 kids now, but I kind of was more understanding, like, I can't tell him how to process, or I can't control how he processes things. And if the way that he got to process it is to get quiet, then, you know, I'll, you know, roll with it and it be what it's gonna be. But I will say what I did do different was, after I thought about it and was like, okay, I know he didn't mean no harm or whatever, I did come downstairs and I said, well, how do you feel?
My processing is never malicious. Like, it's just a guy thing. It's kind of like, for me, I speak for myself, because I have 4 kids already. So a positive pregnancy test is definitely going to have me stuck. Like, what WTF? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I going to do with another kid? It's not malicious to where it's like, nah, I don't want that kid. Nah, I got to go. Like, nah, it's not that. It's just, I have to process it in my head. Like, how you gonna take care of another kid? That's 5 kids. That's not a small number.
Oh, I know.
5 is not a small number. So I'm looking like, yo, how am I gonna do this? So me getting quiet is just me trying to get a grasp on it. Like, all right, man, prepare yourself, because this number 5, my G. Like, yeah, like, you got to get ready for that. So
I feel like you should have been ready, because the thing about it is...
No, why should I have been ready for another kid?
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
The thing about it is, when we had Mari, then we had Leia, we weren't intending to have more kids, then we got pregnant with Summer. he made it clear he didn't want any more kids. Like, clear. Like, it wasn't like a maybe. It wasn't like a, you know, possibility later down the line. It was, I don't want any more kids. So after we had summer, before we went to Jamaica for our anniversary, I'm like, well, you need to get a vasectomy, because at this point I delivered 3 children. After summer, I had a very traumatizing recovery. Like, I had some health issues. I was on medicine, and I've had my first 3 children vaginally. So my doctor doesn't do tubal litigation with a tube tied. My doctor doesn't do that at the same time if you had a vaginal delivery. You have to recover and heal your 6 weeks and then go back in for surgery. I was already going through mental strain, emotional strain. I was on medicine. I wasn't even thinking about it at that point no more. And I just feel like, even knowing what I went through after summer, I'll take the L for the pregnancy and have another baby, but I'm not getting my tubes tied. So I feel like you should be one to take the L for the team. Now, granted, he did have a consultation. I don't know if it spooked him or what.
It did.
But he came home and he never made another appointment. And that was in 2018. So I just kind of feel like you got it like a million ways for you. Like, I don't want no more kids. Yeah, I don't want to get a vasectomy. You should get your tubes tied. You gonna have these kids and get your tubes. Like, you got to do all that. Why you just can't do that? What can you do?
I can encourage you to do it.
That's just not fair. That's not fair. If I take, I'm not even gonna say all these L's. I take one for the team. I've taken one for the team 3 times. Now it will be 4 times. You can take one for the team.
Oh, I'm taking one for the team for sure. This time, like, oh, this ain't even a debate. We already drawn up the contract. It's going down.
Well, I'm glad, because then I don't have to worry about if I'm missing a period or not moving forward. But
not one worry's coming again. Say that.
But I will say, like, I wanted to bring this up because I feel like, I know you can speak for you can't speak for all men, you can speak for yourself, but even with conversations with people close to me and, like, you know, situations like this, I feel like for the most part, I won't say all, because I know, you know, some people try to have a baby when they find out, they're excited, but like, what is it with men, specifically our culture? Like, none of my pregnancies was ever, even when we planned to marry, like, it was never like the fairy tale, like, I'm pregnant, like, we jumping for joy, happy type stuff. It was more so like, okay, let's process this and then go with the flow.
Because it's a worry thing. Like, if you didn't plan to have a kid and then you pop up pregnant, you're gonna worry.
Okay,
like,
what about when you plan to have a kid and you pop up pregnant? It's the same thing.
Our first kid, when we had to marry, we definitely planned to have to marry. Like, we was rabbits going at it every day, every hour in the bedroom. So it was like, that was planned. So when it popped up that you was pregnant, it wasn't a surprise.
It wasn't a surprise, but what was your reaction?
I was asleep. Don't take my reaction as like, let me go to sleep and process. I was dead sleep. She woke me up at 5 a.m. and threw a pregnancy test in my face. That's just me sleep. All right, I think I'm dreaming, basically. I wake up in the morning. All right, we pregnant. Cool. I'm cool. I'm not mad at all.
Yeah, you wasn't mad. I'm just saying it was just I was just asking, what is it with this culture? And then even the other two, it's like, all right, I'm pregnant. It's like,
because it's like,
all right,
it's out of the blue. It's out of the blue.
It's not out of the blue when you're having sex regularly.
Yeah, but we're expecting your period to come. It not coming is not in the plans. When it doesn't come, that's when it's like, oh shit. Every man is like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't planned. I didn't have this on my calendar like, yo, shorty gonna be pregnant on this day. Like, nah, if it come out of the blue, of course, you're gonna have hesitation. Like, man, what I'm finna do with another kid? Period.
I feel that. So, 100% transparent, what was your, I know you said you were processing, what was your thoughts?
My initial thoughts when For this one?
Yep.
It was nah. I was like, nah, no way. I just was like, nah, no way. I don't want to say the word, but I was leaning more towards that. And that's just me being honest. But my reason for that was because Summer is 2 years old. We got a baby in the house. And to bring, mind you, we're redoing our bedroom. We just took our baby's crib out of our bedroom and we was about to give it away. But now we ain't giving nothing away. Cause we got a baby coming back into our bedroom. So initially I'm like, nah, this is out.
So adding to that, like I said,
and hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. We've had discussions about another kid. So my initial reaction is like, nah, because we've had previous talks about having another kid, right or wrong.
We did.
And it was a nah.
Right.
So when it happened and you showed me the test, I'm not a guy that's gonna wait and be like, let's figure it out. I'm like, nah, what we doing? It's not to disrespect her initial reaction or anything like that. It's more so, we've talked about this before. So this test being positive and the way we feel about another kid, we should kind of be on the same railroad. You know what I'm saying? We should be going the same direction. But I know a woman and I know a positive pregnancy test, all right, your thoughts ain't gonna be the same no more. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault the guy for leaning towards something that may not be something that you agree with versus we've had this conversation, but now that it's here and I bring up the nah, you kind of gotta, you know what I'm saying? You can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Right,
that's what I'm saying. Like versus now versus the last time. So I say when he get in his shell, and I just let him be. No, I literally, when I came to like, okay, I know his intentions, I went downstairs and I was like, so how you feel? And he was just like, I mean, I feel like we on the same page. That's how, and that is what confirmed that, you know, why his reaction was his reaction. I'm like, well, what page is that? And he was like, I mean, Summer's still a baby. Like, I know I'm not ready for another child. I know you're not ready for another child. Then he hit me with the maybe down the line. Maybe down the line, you don't want no damn more kids. He tried to hit me with a low blow, and then kind of make it not as impactful.
It wasn't a low blow. It was more so my thoughts was like, no, Summer just got out our room.
Right.
That was just my thoughts.
And
down the line was like, yeah, maybe down the road. I don't really want another kid, but if it happened down the road, cool. But right now it's just like a nah for me.
So when he said that, like, I didn't feel no kind of way, because then I understood that his reaction and his thoughts were the fact that he thought we were on the same page. And I very well may have said lots of times, I don't want no more kids, after I done yelled at Summer or she done did something she ain't got no business doing. I say it all the time. And so I know I could have contributed to that thought, but I think this is the important part. When you said that and I replied, well, I mean, I'm not ready, you're right, but we're not on the same page with what we should do. Because at the end of the day, we're married. I don't feel like we should be making those kind of decisions married. And it's not that we can't take care of another kid. Like, we would literally be taking life into our own hands when we know that we trust God in every situation.
Right.
And I just wouldn't feel comfortable with that, because I feel like everything that we've been through happened for a reason. And when we just let life flow, it works out.
Right.
So while I'm not hesitant, while I'm not comfortable, because, you know, I may have not wanted another child, especially now. And I know my husband does it. I feel like the better decision would be to just, you know, just roll with the punches, because at the end of the day, we can take care of another child. We, you know, we always figure it out. We figured it out with 3, not saying, you know, 3, 4. I would say what's another one, but 5 is a lot. But I have no doubt in my mind that we'll figure it out, and our children are blessings.
For sure, for sure.
So I feel like it's weird, but like that line of communication that we had was kind of like a breakthrough, because it was real transparent. It was a disagreement, but it was like a kind of like a bonding conversation. And then like after that, it wasn't weird or nothing. Like you still was processing, but by the next day you was straight.
Yeah, I was cool. It's just the initial reaction is always gonna be like, I gotta process this. Even though in the past we spoke about if we had another kid, it was a nah. Yeah, we spoke about it, but me just knowing her, if we had a positive pregnancy test, it was a yes. It was no question of a nah at all. So it was just the hope for me, like,
maybe we on the same page.
Maybe we on the same page, but I highly doubt it. I'm not upset, I'm not mad, I'm not none of the above. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm excited. It just takes me time to process raising another baby when I have a 3-year-old already. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then it's just weird for me for him to be the one to have to process when every pregnancy he got every gender he wanted. Every pregnancy he got every gender he wanted. Even this one. If you don't know what we having, go to the Home and Family on YouTube and click our last video, our gender reveal, and you can see what we're having. But every gender he get what he want. Like, so I'm like, God be looking out for him even when he be tripping.
I be doing all the work. I be doing all the work.
But I mean, I feel no kind of way, like being transparent. I know it probably sounds like really raw, but these are conversations that are had regularly.
Facts. In
marriages and couples, you know, in sneaky links and all of that. And it's just like, I think the best thing that could have happened was like our ability to be transparent and tell each other how we felt while navigating through the next step,
right,
which is ultimately having another baby. Like I said, my feelings then was really like, oh crap, like what am I gonna do? And then we've been planning to do this video, but I really have not been feeling it. Like my first trimester was terrible. I'm in my second trimester now. I'm having better days. I'm feeling better. You know, I'm eating a little bit more, taking my vitamins, so I have a little bit of energy. So now that I'm seeing the light, it's like, okay, you know, we even talk about names and stuff.
We already got a name.
We already got a name.
Already.
But like I'm like, okay, like I'm ready. I'm doing this pregnancy completely different anyway. Like I'm adding a doula to my advocacy team. You know, I'm doing stuff like delaying my cord clamping, getting my placenta encapsulated, just a bunch of different natural things that I'm gonna experience and he's gonna experience. So and we're gonna vlog it too, actually. So if you want to see like the process of how this pregnancy goes, like I'm taking my camera to doctor's appointments and stuff. Actually, my next vlog will be at my doctor's appointment. I'm just gonna be honest about how I feel, you know, what's going on. If he can stomach it, I'll have him a video the delivery.
Nah. My lad, all my kids.
Y'all comment below if he get enough comments, he'll muster up the courage to do it.
I didn't watch none of my kids come out except for one, and I watched for maybe 10 seconds, and I got lightheaded. I had to sit down. I was like, nah. With
Damari, that's what I'm saying. Like he is definitely good for moral support, but physical support, like I remember having Damari, I had the nurse holding his leg up and he hold that leg up. He already said he wasn't gonna be able to look. That was the birth plan. He let the doctor tell him to look because it was such a beautiful thing. He looked over, dropped my leg, and went and sat down.
So now I gotta sit down.
So I had to hold my own leg the rest of the delivery. So I told him the next 2 times, like, bruh, you know what the fuck you cannot handle?
Yeah.
Don't do it, because I need you. But it's just, I don't know, like, I'm a little excited now. You know, I'm still a little bit back and forth when I got to get on Summer, because I'm like, I cannot have another one like Summer.
Right.
I cannot. She gotta be a baby of her own. She needs some special TLC that the other 2 don't need. So I'm just hoping that this baby is calm like daddy. What's your feelings then versus now?
Now I'm good. Like, I'm excited, man. It's one of those things where I'm excited to see what this one looks like. Is it gonna look like me again? Because all my kids pretty much look like me, except for Damari. She only got Damari, but all my other kids look exactly like me. It's just thoughts running through my head of, this baby gonna be chill? How's it gonna look? Just a number of things, man. I'm excited. I hate that I had the thoughts in the beginning, but I'm human, so yeah.
And I will say, like, he definitely came around, like, I was quick, because even on Christmas, we can't keep secrets, even though we did really well this Christmas. Like, we be trying to give each other our gifts early, and they come in and like, your gift came in, you want me to just give it to you now? And we really didn't do that this Christmas. We hid each other gifts from each other. But when we were wrapping the kids' gifts, 12 a.m. hit, and he was like, can I give you one of your gifts? And I was like, one? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'll wait till Christmas. He's like, please, just let me give it to you now. And I'm like, okay, go ahead and get it. And he came in and he had a baby boppy.
Yeah.
He is never like that, like, think ahead type, especially when it comes to something that he's so hesitant about. So I was like, it kind of touched me, because I'm like, oh. Yeah, we're not in the process of buying anything or anything like that, but just for him to be thoughtful like that. And then we didn't know the gender at the time, so it was just even the thought where he was like, and I got a white one, so when we find out what it is, we can go ahead and get the color that, you know, coincides with, you know, whatever gender. And I was just like, super thoughtful, like, this baby might turn him a whole different avenue and he don't even know it.
Never know.
Because, like, that's real different for my husband. And I really appreciated that, because, you know, if I didn't know before, like, we really on the same page. And it's like,
sure, it
is what it is. But I think we've covered it all.
Right. So stay tuned on this journey with us as we embark on baby number 5. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Rio. It's my wife Cara. Peace.